Okay, folks, let's get started on the first lecture of Introduction to Marketing. So first, look at this picture here. What is marketing? Look at this picture here. Oh, it's a magnificent, invention. Now let's get the people in marketing to figure it out, what it can do. So look at this picture here and try to think about what exactly do you mean by marketing? Try to get some idea, thinking around, and is marketing selling? Yes?
No, partially.
Part of marketing is selling, okay? Is marketing advertising?
Partially.
So what else is left other than selling and advertising?
Buying.
What's that?
Buying.
Buying. Okay, so we need to consider from the consumer side as well about who are the buyers and how they buy things. Okay, so if you think about marketing, traditionally we think marketing is more about selling. Sometimes we even think about marketing is about advertising. But if you think really carefully about it, actually marketing is way beyond that. So my next question is that, can you really develop a meaningful relationship with a laundry detergent? Can you develop a meaningful relationship with a detergent? Is that possible? Any idea? Or you think probably it's impossible that I can develop a relationship with my detergent?
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible?
Yeah.
So what brand do you use for your detergent?
Well, I just really random people.
You just randomly pick one.
Yeah.
Then how do you develop a relationship with your detergent?
I mean, some people do.
Some people do. Okay, very good. So if you look at the nice wet pants here, what P&G actually found is that some people do, because even if you don't have a meaningful relationship with your detergent, you might have a meaningful relationship with your pants, with your clothes. And it is truly because that people are so emotional of their clothes and pants. That's where they find the strengths that P&G can develop with their detergent. So if we, for example, Tide is P&G's product, if we can be the expert of your detergent and we can take good care of your pants and clothes, probably you want to develop a meaningful relationship with me, the detergent as well, right? It's truly because that if you're emotional with your pants and I can find the solution for your pants, then here we are, the relationship can be developed. So that's how P&G finds their strengths in the relationship by really creating value for their customers and by solving their problems. So I want to show you two commercials here about how P&G actually try to get home the emotional side of the product and try to really let people feel emotional about the brand.
Thank you, Bob. That was extraordinarily enlightening. And now I am honored to present our next speaker. She is a real class act, insightful, tenacious, and authority on our business. It is my privilege to introduce this special lady, Catherine Nolan.
New time to go. It's Tide to the rescue.
So this one basically indicates that how woman is passionate about their clothes and how Tide is there to help. And let's look at the next one here.
Na 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 na, na 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 na. Hey, goodbye.
Honey, do you have to sing that song every time you use that thing?
Yeah. go, tied to go.
So you see, this one also shows that how people can be emotional about their clothes and the type, the brand can actually connect it to them. Okay, so it looks like that marketing is really not just about selling or advertising. It's really about how to develop a good relationship with customers and develop strong brand. And that all lies in how we can create value for our customers and solve their problems. So that is marketing. We say marketing basically is a process by which company tries to create value for their customers and build a relationship with their customers. And ultimately, they get the value from customers in return. So to make it simple, we say marketing basically is about managing profitable relationships. So there are two of them here. One is try to create value for customers, and the other is try to get value from customers in return. Which means that if customers build on brand loyalty and constantly make purchase from you, that's how you actually make profits. So now we probably have a better idea about the question I asked in the beginning. Is marketing selling? We say actually marketing is beyond selling because these are very different orientations actually we take about marketing. So if in 1970s or 80s, if you ask people what does marketing do, basically people would say it's all about how we can sell products to our customers. So we say that's actually the selling concept, or we say it's a very strong sales orientation. If you just think about marketing. The idea is that they believe products wouldn't really sell unless we try to sell them really hard by providing promotion, by providing discounts, by pushing really hard, then the products will sell. So that's the selling concept. And the problem with this concept is that it takes an inside-out approach. So it starts with the inside, with the factory. So I'm looking at what I'm having in my factory, and I'm focusing on my existing products. So my focus is completely inside, focusing on what I'm having in my baskets, and I'm trying all the means to sell and promote the product. At the end, if I can eventually make the sale, I make profits from the volume I sell. So it takes an inside and out approach. So the focus starts on what I'm having in my basket, and I try to sell them, push them to the customers. So that's the selling concept. Well, these days we completely changed the mindset, and now the marketing concept actually takes the opposite way. We are doing an outside-in approach. So what we do here is that I don't really care about what I have in my basket. Instead, I care about what is the market, and I'm focusing on customer needs. So I need to know what my customers want, and then I would come back and design my products. In this way, I can make sure that I really meet my customer needs, instead of I just try to sell my products out. And then through integrated marketing, through those strategies, I can make profits. But the profits is not really coming from the volume I sell. It's coming from the satisfaction and the relationship I make. Because if you truly believe the products you are offering to your customers really solve their problem, meet their needs, creating value for them, then these are the products they would sell themselves. You don't really need to push really hard, providing price discounts, promote really heavily. Because if they are truly providing value to the customers, the products will sell themselves. So that's the marketing concept, which actually takes an outside-in approach. So in other words, the starting point is the market, or in other words, the starting point is my customers. It's not about what products I'm having, it's about who I'm serving and what needs they have. Next, I want to talk about the process of marketing. If you look at how we do marketing, there are basically 5 steps here. The first step is that we need to understand the marketplace and our customer needs and wants. Then we need to design a customer-driven marketing strategy. After that, when we have a general marketing strategy, we need to design a specific marketing program. When we say the specific marketing program, that's the 4 P's we talk about: product, price, place, and promotion. After that, By doing that, we start to build relationships and with our customers, and we really delight our customers. At the end, we get profits from our customers. So the first 4 steps are about creating values for our customers, and the last step is about capturing value from our customers. So let's look at the first step here about understanding the marketplace. So here are the major concepts in marketing that we need to be aware of. So we start with the market. That's what we start with our process here. We need to know who are in the market, and then we need to know what their needs, wants, and demands are. After that, we provide products and services correspondingly to serve their needs. And if we can meet their needs while creating value for them, then we're actually arriving at customer satisfaction. By doing that repeatedly, now we're actually starting to build a relationship with them. And that goes back to I have established a market. So basically that goes to a cycle, and these are the important concepts. So next, let's go over them one by one here. So the first one is market. When we say market, basically we need to know who are the people that we need to target at. We say market are the buyers who actually have a particular need to buy something, and possibly we can actually satisfy their needs by providing our products and services. And the buyers could be either the actual buyers who already purchased their products, or it could be the potential buyers who don't really use your products now, but who might be your future buyers. So both group of people we should target at, and we try to market to them. If we know who's our market, the next thing we need to do is try to understand their needs, wants, and demands. These terms are usually used interchangeably, but as a marketer, we actually truly differentiate them because they actually means different to us. The first word we call needs. By saying needs, it means that we have a state of felt deprivation. So for example, it's almost 5 now, so we feel pretty hungry. So that's the need we are having here. The wants. Wants is that the objects you use try to satisfy your needs. And usually this is shaped by culture or individual personality. So for example, if people from like American culture or whatever, if he feels hungry, then probably what he wants to get maybe like pizza, steak, etc. But for people from Asian countries, they may want to get rice or noodles. So that indicates that their wants actually are shaped by culture or even by individual personality. The third type we call demands. So even if you have your wants and that's influenced by your individual personality or your cultural background, you may still don't get it simply because you don't have enough money to buy it. So we say wants basically is backed by the buying power, and that goes to demand. So in other words, if you want a steak because you are hungry, then the demand could be that because you are short of money, then you probably couldn't go with a large steak. So what you get is a McDonald's hamburger. So what happened here is that this is the demand, which is determined by your buying power. Are you good? Okay, so let me give you one more example here. So for example, spring break. So for spring break, we all have a needs that we need to take a vacation and take good rest. So that's the need. And for the wants, we look for ways to satisfy our needs. And that's actually determined by the culture and your individual personality. So for example, some of you would think, okay, so I probably would like to go to Florida because that's a nice place to spend with spring break. Well, some of you said, no, actually I want to go to Europe because actually that's a place that I've been thinking for years. Some of you would say, maybe I just go to New York because it's close by. So the choice you have, that's the wants, is determined by your cultural background or your personality. Let's say you're really hopeful that you can go to Europe for your spring break. But what happened is that you figure out that you don't really have the money to go there. So basically, determined or influenced by your buying power, then you end up that you can only go to New York City because it's close by. It wouldn't cost you much. So that is the demand. Okay, so basically that's the difference between needs, wants, and demands. The next thing is that if we know what customer needs and want, then the next thing we need to do is that we need to provide market offerings. So we need to meet their needs and wants. So what we can do is that we can provide products, services, or all kinds of things to meet their needs. So let's look at them here one by one here and see what do they offer. So what does Pepsi offer? So what does Pepsi offer to their customers?
Soft drinks.
Drinks, okay, so that's products, right? What about FedEx? What does FedEx offer?
Package delivery.
Okay, package delivery, or maybe I can make it a better term, maybe like transportation service or logistics service, right? So it's a service, very good. What does Google offer?
Networking just.
Network, okay. Or you can do the search on Google, right? Or we can even say it's all about the information that they are offering to you. What does Disneyland offer?
Entertainment.
Entertainment or experience. So basically we say the market offerings that we offer here could either be products, service, information, experience, or a combination of some of them. And the problem many companies are likely to experience is called marketing myopia. By saying marketing myopia, we mean that companies focus too much on the product itself and forget the products are really used to meet certain needs of the customers. Basically, in other words, sometimes if you spend a lot of time to do the R&D to develop new products, you become so emotional to your products, and it's very soon you forget about the product itself is not something customers want. It's the benefits that you are offering to your customers that really matters. So for example, you see this is a drill bit, right? Using that I can make a 1/4-inch hole. But the question here is that for customers who use drill bits to make the hole, do they really want a drill bit or they actually just want a hole? Which one do they want?
A hole.
The hole, right? So if I, as the manufacturer who makes those drill bits, and I spend all my time trying to figure out what's the perfect drill bit in the world, it wouldn't really fly if my competitors can get something else that can make them a 1/4-inch hole much better, much easier, and much cheaper. Because ultimately customers don't really care about the drill bit, but they care about the 1/4-inch hole. So that's what we mean by marketing myopia. Marketing myopia, it happens when companies focus too much on the product itself and forget about it's the benefits that the customers really get, or it's the needs that they are really meeting here. And they look at things too narrowly just on the product. So to expand your horizon, we would say, to overcome marketing myopia, we should be customer-oriented instead of product-oriented. So product-oriented, we can say, I'm running a railroad business. But customer-oriented would say, I'm running transportation business. So I'm looking at the benefit side rather than the product I'm offering here. And by doing transportation business, I probably can do more than just railroad, right? I can do a lot of things as long as I'm meeting my customers' needs of transportation. Similarly, if I'm thinking of just a telephone company, then I only can focus on telephone. But if I truthfully believe I'm doing the communication business, then I can expand my business. I can not just do the telephone. I can do internet, I can do computer, I can do way more than that. So that's like the example about Apple when they enter into the cell phone market. Initially, they are only a computer company. If they truly think they are a computer company, they would never really enter into the business of like cell phones or even like those tablets. But if they truly believe they are a communication business, then they can do anything that helps people to communicate. Same thing with like a gasoline business. If you think it's just about gasoline, then you actually limit yourself. But if you think it's about energy, then you can do way more than gasoline. And that's basically helping people to meet their needs. The next thing I want to talk about is how value is created. So in this way, it helps you to better understand about like when we say we always try to offer value to our customers and how can we make that happen. So for example, if I just sell coffee beans as a product manufacturer, I can only ask for $1 per pound if I sell coffee beans. But if I sell coffee instead, if I sell a cup of coffee grocery stores, it probably can ask for 5 to 25 cents as the price if I sell a cup of coffee in grocery stores. But if I sell coffee in the restaurants, I can charge the price to 50 cents to $1 for the same cup of coffee. But if I sell coffee in Starbucks, I can ask for $2 to $5 for a cup of coffee in Starbucks. Why do you think people are willing to pay the $2 to $5 for a cup of coffee in Starbucks? Well, the coffee may be very similar to the one I can get in the grocery store or in the restaurant. What's the potential reason that people are willing to buy them?
We also pay the service fee.
Okay.
And the total environment with the table and the Wi-Fi there.
Okay, very good. So in Starbucks, you are not just getting the coffee itself, right? You are getting way more than coffee. So you are getting the service that you get served, a fast service. You are getting the environment there. Starbucks is actually, they try to become the extension of your living room. So they really want you to stay there and socialize and enjoy the environment. So you get the free Wi-Fi there, you get the couch there, you even get a music station there, you even get the knowledge about how to make coffee by chatting with the employees there. So you are getting much more than the coffee itself. You are getting the